What's going on, guys? Coming back at you with a little midwinter bluegill video, hopefully. It's January 17th today. We got a pretty big blizzard rolling in, supposedly, so hopefully I don't get stuck on the ice, but we're going to get out there. I'm going to get the shack set up, and then I'll get back to you guys, so hopefully we can put some fish on the ice. Well, guys, I got set up here. Snow's starting to come down pretty good now, but looks like I'm sitting about 8 to 10 foot, so I think that should be pretty good. Hopefully, got quite a bit of weeds down there, so hopefully they're bluegills down there roaming around, but if not, we'll get up and move. So I'm gonna get my lure down there and hopefully start catching them. Alright, guys, I got the first one. Not a real big one, but I looked down and he was actually just sitting in the weeds when I set up, I think, and he was super slow, so I don't know, that's not always a great sign, but hopefully, as long as they bite, I mean, that's all you can ask for, so hopefully there's some bigger ones around, hopefully we can catch them. Decent little fish. Let him go. I might keep a few today just for a meal, but we'll see how it goes. Just starting off with a little gold 3mm tungsten with a small white plastic, so it's usually my go-to. Probably end up switching to black here pretty soon. Black's been a good color, so see if I can get any more on this, or at least draw them in and make sure they're around, and then we'll see if we have to switch colors. Just another smaller one. Had one down there that I was working that was a little bit bigger than this. I thought he was going to bite, but there seems to be some current down there. It is blowing pretty good today, so I can see the wind, or see the weeds blowing back and forth, and the fish are really swaying with it, so that can make it harder for him to keep up the energy to come up and bite your jig. But like I said, I was working a bigger one, and then this one came in and didn't look at it too long, so that's what we want. Alright, guys, well, I've had a few nicer ones come in and they're not acting like I want them to, so first thing I'm going to do is change to different color. Pretty decent one on the black, finally. Had one other one come up to it since I put it down and he bit it, but they're being pretty normal, I guess you could say, for West Okoboji bluegills. Clear water, they got reason to be tough, but fooled him at least, so see if we can get some more. Well, guys, I've had a number of them come up to this now, and they aren't doing it either, so it's just one of those really difficult days, it looks like. All you can do is just keep switching baits, and hopefully you get lucky and find something that will trigger them, so that's what we're going to keep trying. Had a vehicle moving behind me, and it looks Seems like it might have got some moving. I had 3 or 4 big ones come through. Of course, this little one hit it instead, but get it back down there and see if we can pick up another one quick. Sometimes on these real tough days, it's not even bad to have some people moving around you just to get fish moving and try to get some of those more aggressive fish to come by your lure. Just another average one, nothing real big. Just happy to catch one now. It's getting pretty tough. Just in the last few minutes I've seen a few though, so sometimes with a snap of a finger they can start rolling through pretty fast, so keep our fingers crossed. That's more what we're looking for. It's a nice fish. He came in just like he's supposed to and sucked it right in, so hopefully something's changing. Hopefully they're going to start biting a little better. It's a solid fish though, any day of the week. Not a real giant, but I think we're going to let him go. Like I said, I might keep a few for the plate, but this one's probably a little big. Caught that one on white again, so I started with white and then now I'm back to white. So I don't know if it's the color or if it's just the time of day or more fish moving through, I don't know, but a little more action here lately, so hopefully it stays that way. Decent little crappie. Just trying to turn the camera on and came right up and smoked it. Be a pretty good eater if you wanted to, but we're gonna let him go. Looks like a pretty decent bluegill. Oh yeah. It's a nice one. It's about a perfect eater, so fortunately for me, unfortunately for him, he's gonna be supper tonight probably. It's just a little one, I think. We'll still take him. Actually another perfect eater probably, so keep that size. We'll throw the big ones back. Another decent one, not a giant, but I think he's going to be a good little eater too, so starting to stack them up a little bit. Not a real big one, I don't think, but might be another good eater. He came right in and hardly stopped for it too, so it's a good sign. It's a nice 8-inch fish probably. Be a good keeper. so did that one. Hopefully he stays on there. It's another perfect eater. Not a giant, but really nice one. That looked like a pretty decent one. Another real nice one. Oh my goodness, that was a toad. Doesn't happen very often, but the biggest one actually ate it. Had two of them down there looking at it, and they couldn't decide, and the third one came right up and took it right from them, so. Wasn't even watching, and this one came up and smoked it. Another really nice one. Not sure if you guys can hear the snow hitting the shack or not, but it's definitely a full-out blizzard out there right now. Yeah, that was super cool. A pretty nice one. Oh yeah, that's a dandy bluegill. That is a beauty. That one's too big to keep. Well, that's about time, guys. I had about a 15-minute lull in there that they just weren't coming through, and just had one. I worked for about 2 minutes and he just started taking off, and this one came up and took it from him, so I'll take it. Well guys, I had the camera off for a little bit. Got pretty slow. Caught a few off camera, but seems like it's starting to pick up. I got about 3 of them under my hole right now. Last few I've caught have been on a little kind of natural perch color 3mm, and then I got just a little tiny white plastic off the back. Seems like white has probably worked the best today, which most days in this clear water black will outfish white, but for some reason they're eating this, so we'll stick with it. Another perfect eater fish. I can actually see a pretty big bluegill up in this front hole. We'll see if we can lure him in. Ooh, that looks like a nice one. Got 2 holes drilled here. I just dropped it down the other hole. This dandy came up and smoked it. That's another big male, it looks like, so we're gonna let him go back. There he goes. This one kind of mouthed it once and then see if I can get him. That's a nice one. It's just on the edge of being too big, but he's gonna go in the bucket. Alright guys, well it's about 1 o'clock right now. Blizzard's pretty much in full force. Haven't even really stepped outside to look too hard, but hopefully I can get off the ice still. Yeah, bite's been fairly steady. Just pulled the GoPro up from down below, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Just to see what it looks like down there. Not sure if I got any fish on camera or not. Gonna get down there, maybe fish for a little bit longer and see if we can't get a couple more before we head out. Didn't take too long. Just a smaller one, but we'll take it, I guess. You guys probably couldn't see a whole lot there, but what I think is happening, I got this front window open, and from their angle of sight, you probably can see that flapping. It's just something to distract them a little bit more from your bait, so I closed it up, but it's another perfect eater, so that's what I'm going to do with him. There's another nice one, but I think it's going to be the last one. I think it's about 1:30 now, so I think we're going to call it a day on this one. Another perfect eater, so I'm going to throw that one in the pail. I think I probably ended up with 15 or so keepers. Should be a good meal for me and the parents. Yeah, like I said before, not ever fast and furious, but just a fairly steady day on West Okoboji, so always fun to get out here and sight fish in that clear water. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully see you guys out on the ice, and if not, we'll see you on the next video.